Speech off.
Hey guys, it's your girl Gia, back yet again with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna kind of do things a little differently today. The first part is going to be me talking about my day, and I'm gonna give you guys the survey ratings, and then the second part I'm gonna talk about is stuff that I need to work on. So here we go. So I woke up at 10 in the morning, and I got up, and then I came out to the table, and Aunt Esther was already there at that point. And then, let's see, after that, I came in here, did music therapy for a while, and then after that, my friend Fred had called, but me and Fred, we did agree that we would only talk Monday and Wednesday, so that way it doesn't get as close of a friendship as, as it should be. I kind of want it to be a distant friendship, so that's that. And then after I talked to him, I ate dinner, and then I talked to him again, and then Mom and Dad came over for trash, and then after that, they went home, and then I sent Mom an apology message for the way that I reacted when we were having a honest conversation. And so I ended up sending Mom an apology message, which was a good thing I did, because now I have that off my conscience, thank goodness. And then after that, I got my shower, and I was watching 3 Southern Cats in the shower. And then it turned to 90 Day Fiance with Ed and Liz, and their engagement party and stuff like that. And then before all that, I did call the Pure Warm line, and I did, however, take my medicine. And now I'm just sitting here, just sitting on my bed at my granny's house, just kind of reflecting and everything. And so that was my day. And then, so I would like to give a true representation of my day. So my day, the stress survey that I'm going to do is, I'm just going to label my stress level from 1 to 10. So I would like to tell you, and I'm going to be straight out honest with you. I'm not going to, be a bullshitter and bullshit you guys, all right? I'm going to tell you guys what I believe and what I think and what I need to do better on. So, I will tell you, the day started off at about, it was a 9. And I'll tell you why. Because when I got up in the morning, I was very, very depressed, and I was very, very sad, and I was kind of snippy towards everybody today, including my parents, and that is no way to behave, and I need to, work on that. So it was a 9, for that reason. The first part of it was, and then, the next part of it was down to a 1. And so, what I think I need to do better is, number 1, just not getting so offensive whenever we have honest conversations, because then that might make the person or people feel that you don't want to hear it, especially when you are defensive and stuff, like how I was tonight with my parents. I was very, very defensive towards them, which, I'm not going to go back to this, after today, but they are just protected me because my friend Fred. I'm not gonna disclose his age, but he is older. And so they wanted to just look out for me since, he has issues and stuff like that, like I do. And, my dad was trying to look out for me like my mom, which here's the thing. I didn't get mad at dad because I'm used to dad talking to me. And with mom, I am not used to her talking to me, because I don't like the way she presents things sometimes. And I mean, I know she's doing it with good intention. I know that. But it's just sometimes the way it comes off is what I don't like. And so, therefore, I don't listen to her as well as I do my dad, because my dad, let's just say this, he talks to me in a soft voice. Like, no matter how mad I get or how grumpy I get or whatever the case may be, he never yells at me. He never raises his voice. He always talks in a soft manner. Even if I'm being grumpy or not being very good, he tends to keep that soft voice. And so that's why I think I am more used to talking with him than mom. And so I need to work on maybe, just maybe what I need to do is maybe just say to them, hey, thank you for, loving me enough to be honest. And, the good thing about this is I get to still be with, well, I shouldn't say be with, but, what I was gonna say was I still get to be friends with Fred. We are just not gonna have, that close, friendship. It's gonna be more of a distant, friendship. And, and that's okay, because, I didn't really think about it until my dad was like, well, do you remember what happened, where you let the friends get too close and then something happens, and I was thinking about that and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I didn't think about it before until he mentioned it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So, I just told Fred that I couldn't do it, and he understood and he was okay with that and, everything. And so at least I still get to talk to him, on Monday and Wednesday. I mean, it's better than nothing. And like he said, it's better than nothing at all. I mean, yes, it would be nice to talk every day, but I think I would get tired after a while, and I think he would, and I think our friendship might not be as good. To whereas if we wait to talk twice a week on Monday and Wednesday, we'll have something to look forward to versus talking every day and then, and then not looking forward to it. So Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to be talking to Fred, of course. And then I do, have my routine, which I did write it in my notes, and I'm just going to kind of keep it there for reference. But this is how it goes. So, I'm going to be waking up at 9 a.m. in the morning. And then after that, I am going to, just kind of get dressed and get around. And then around 10 o'clock, I'm going to do my music therapy for about an hour. And then after that, I'm going to go, eat lunch. And then after that, I'll go back and do some more music therapy until around 4. And then at 4, I'm going to get my shower. And then a little after that, I'm going to have, dinner. And then after that, I'll probably make my Pure Warm calls. I'm going to make one of them at 6 and one of them at 8, which here's the thing. I can eat dinner at 5 or after when I'm at Granny's. But at home it varies because mom and dad obviously do not get home from work before 5. So it kind of depends on dinner, but I do have my reminder set there just in case if, just in case if I forget, to do it, then it'll remind me, hey, you got to do this. And then it'll kind of implant that, in your brain, so that way, hey, this is what's going on, versus you forgetting altogether. And that's what the reminders are designed for. Like tonight, I'm not going to get in bed at 9 o'clock, but hey, that's all right. If I get into bed 1 hour later, that's all right. As long as I'm up by 9 a.m. and starting my day, that's all that matters. So that's pretty much my routine. Oh, and then in the evening, I'm going to be doing my group, except for Mondays and Wednesdays when I talk to Fred. I'm going to do my group, my activities during the day. So that way me and Fred can talk, for an hour or two. And of course, I'm going to keep it light. I'm not going to get into any, personal business or anything like that. I'm just going to keep it as casual as I can, because the friendships I've had before, I have been not very bright, and I've given people, my personal, business and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't given, all of my information out, obviously, but, I've been giving, some information that is, should be my personal business. And, for me, I need to work on not doing that, and I need to work on not being, loose-mouthed, and, I just need to work on having that filter, and, I just need to work on that. And then, so yeah, we're just getting into things I need to work on. So, another thing that I need to work on is, maintaining a good routine for myself. And then another thing I need to work on is my friendships, getting out of, the bad cycle of losing friends. I need to start gaining instead of losing. And I know that has to do with me and my work ethic, which means not working at a job, but working, on my mental health and stuff like that. And so that has to deal with that. And so I'm going to work on that. And also I'm just going to work on everything, not getting offensive so quick when we have conversation or, stuff like that. And of course, I'm going to be doing the stress survey that I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing that regularly. I'm going to start it tomorrow. I'll probably do a video on it every day of telling you guys how my day went and everything and stuff like that. But I do want to tell you guys that I would also like to start doing sorry, excuse me guys, bless me. I would like to start doing more videos on YouTube. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, of course, because saying it is one thing and then doing it is a different thing. So I would like to do my best and do more YouTube videos for you guys. And I would like to also do my best, on my, telling about my days in the survey and everything else. And also, I would like to tell you guys that, you guys, are gonna love the videos I'm gonna be putting out on my channel. My channel is the only one that I'm working with. All the other channels are, history for me. The only way I will work on those again is if, Austin and I, regain our friendship and stuff like that. Which also brings me to another point. I just want to say that, I want to maintain a good, friendship. And, Austin, if you are watching this, I want to deeply apologize for everything that I did. And I want to deeply apologize for how our friendship, has went and everything. And I also want to apologize just for everything that I've, ever done. And I've came to terms with it, and I am definitely going to do better. So, I'm very, very saddened at how our friendship was going. I'm very disappointed, in myself. And, I'm sure that, there are things that you are disappointed in as well, just as well as I am. And, I'm disappointed because sometimes how I would act, would not be very good, especially when I would have mental fits. But I will tell you that I'm sorry for everything that I've ever done to you, and I'm sorry for, doing the stuff that I did. And I hope that you can find it, in your heart to forgive me. But if you can't, I understand. I totally get it. And if time is what you need, then I'm willing to give you that. And I'm willing to let you come back whenever you're ready to come back. But I'm not going to force you to come back, and I'm not going to, force a friendship. I'm not going to do that. I want you to come to me whenever you're ready. But if you want to talk, I'm always here, and I'm always, a phone call away, and I still have your contact info and everything, and I still have you on drop in. So if you ever do want to talk, I am always here for you to talk to. But if you don't want to come back to work on our friendship, then that's okay. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, I'm good with, because I know it's probably going to take a lot to get back in your good books again. And I'm just really hoping that, you realize that we have a good friendship, because I realized it and it made me think a lot. And now that you're gone, it's just making me think a lot more harder about things. And it's just making me realize, that I lost you, and, you never really realize, what you have until it's gone. And it's almost like when I lost you, it just hurts. And I feel like I'm grieving over you, and I feel like I've lost you, and it sucks and it hurts. But you know what? At the same time, I am not going to force you into anything. I totally understand. And, I'm going to continue to work on myself. And hopefully when I get better, hopefully you and I can have a good friendship. But, until then, I understand if you do not want to come back. But if you do, then you are more than welcome to come back, and we will work on it again. But if you don't, that's all right. But just know that I'm always going to be here, and that I'm always going to, talk to you, and I'm always going to, do what I can to be good. And hopefully if you do want to work on things, I would love that, because, I talked to my therapist yesterday about everything, and she also said that, you and I, Austin, need to create some rules and some boundaries and stuff. But with that being said, it's if you want to come back and work on it. If you don't, then that's all right. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. You're an adult, you make your own decisions, and that is that. So I'm going to end with that. But of course, you guys, I am going to Ziggy. Stop. Okay, sorry. That was my echo. The reminder went off. But what I will tell you is that I'm going to work on everything. And of course, I'm going to bring you all, into the journey. And of course, I am going to be doing activities every night by myself. So let me give you guys a summary of what I'm going to do. So Sunday is going to be SpongeBob. Monday is going to be music. Tuesday is going to be topics night. where I will be able to film that. And then Wednesday is do an activity of your choice, so I can do whatever I want that day. And then Thursday is going to be Tiny Tim night. And then Friday is going to be dance party night. And then Saturday is going to be the puppet show. So, and then Sunday, and that's it. And then we end up back at Sunday, which is SpongeBob. And of course, my group is going to last for like 2 hours. And all the days will be in the evenings, except for Mondays and Wednesdays. It will be in the evening, except for on Mondays and Tuesdays, which it's not really a group because I'm doing it by myself, but I'm just going to call it a group, just, to make it easier for myself. So, yeah, my group is going to be from like 7 to 9, and then I'm going to be doing activities and things like that. And so, yeah, so that'll be that. And so that's my schedule for that. And so anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. If you guys like this video, please make sure to head on over to my channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so that way you guys can get the future videos. And I thank you guys very, very much. And you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And good night, everybody. And have a wonderful Wednesday night, by the way.
Speech trans pause. Done. Pause.